what is going on, guys? Sadly, the little Miata is cursed. It's not a bad curse though, it's just I have put now 2 serpentine belts in it. So the Miata has smoked in total 3 serpentine belts, so it's sitting there, no serpentine belt, it's burnt another one. I already had Kendra, she took off the belly pan for me. The big freaking, this actually has a plastic tub on her. We're using the electric stuff, working in luxury.
Oh, my eyeball.
It happens.
What other one do I need to get?
There's probably a couple. So that's awesome. The alternator is really accessible. And now, I've shown it before, but I'll show you again. The alternator spins. You would think, you know, blowing belts, the alternator or something would be C-solid. Alternator spins just like that. And I have another brand new alternator right here, because I wasn't sure for a reference point. And it seems to spin about the same. So that's obviously, I don't think, the culprit. And then the water pump also spins, you know, pretty easily. It's just a freaking bearing, obviously. Yeah, that water pump isn't like anything like an alternator. But what I've come to find out, after like poking around and literally digging around, is that I think maybe from smoking the first serpentine belt, we just built up so much rubber on the crank pulley. And maybe it's just like, but see, well, I don't know. Look at that. Let me get where's my pick? One sec. There is just so much rubber, like, embedded in this thing. So that could be the problem. It could be throwing belts because of that. But what I'm wondering is, you know, why is it just building up in the crank? And why is the belt spinning on the crank so much? Like, something has to be slowing it down, but everything just seems fine. Like, I don't know. I mean, could it just be that? So, that's an expensive alternator, and maybe this could be a simple fix. I mean, I'm gonna try to clean this up, and yeah, we'll go from there. I just got done scraping the crank pulley, and there is a lot of belt everywhere. But it looks really, really good. Look at that. Way better than it was caked in rubber. So I'm gonna obviously not do the alternator for now. I'm gonna put the new belt on because I get the next belt free even if I snap this because the next belt is warranted. Nice. So I'll just run it because I mean it's better to find out than spend. That's the $200 alternator without a core. That's ridiculous. I don't even know why, but like I don't want to obviously spend that if I don't have to because it spins fine. So I'm gonna run it with just the pulley. I mean just the new serpentine belt. And yeah, I think it'll work. So let's put the new belt on. Looking good. It actually went on much easier because the belt was able to sit lower in the crank pulley with less, with no rubber there. I was able to go farther in. Everything's all tightened up. Intake tube is about to go on, and we're gonna fire it up. I'm gonna leave the belly pan off for now, just in case that decides to be lame and break. And you can see it easier. Obviously, the lighting, you can see the whole way through. Really opens it up without that big thing there. We are at the first fire though. Champ. Everything appears okay. We can take the Miata out for a blast. The Miata is way too quiet. Before we take a rip though, I want to toss the Volvo in the garage. And I need to put a battery in the Volvo real quick because I sold that Passat I had, that white one, and I sold it with a battery that was in the Volvo. Damn. But I got a brand new battery. And I'll fire this thing up. It's been sitting for like a week now. It was in the snow. We had the nor'easter. Obviously, you guys saw me out quad drifting and everything, and now it's all gone. It was like 50 degrees out yesterday. It was rainy, and now it's back to 30 degrees and cold as crap, but there's no snow, though. That's a plus. So the Volvo is unburied, amazingly. And yeah, we'll toss her in the garage. New battery in its home. My custom fan switch. I really gotta change this. You know. But I haven't. It's just fun to drift. Let's fire the freaking LS Volvo up, guys. Oh my god. What a beast. Animal. for a quick rip in the Volvo because everything's running, but a quick one around the block, you know, never hurt anybody. Oh, I'm so far. Oh, my foot is slipping off the clutch. Jesus. This thing I feel like needs a throw bearing. I don't know though. So my clutch isn't still not as good as I'd like it to be. This thing so much. Oh my god. Oh, the Volvo, what a beast. Haters gonna hate. Dude, I cannot wait to weld the diff of this car. This is gonna be a drift machine. I'm so excited for this year's drift season, guys. I'm sorry. That's why you go LS right there. No matter what RPM you're in, the thing digs out. There's no such thing as I need a clutch kick. It's called freaking Chevy LS power. I can't even get on the gas. It's just not even happening. Let's put it in the garage. That's much better. Everything looks way more organized. We'll take the Miata out for a rip. I would drive the Volvo for everyone, but I really honestly just don't want to bring out the salt. They just dump so much salt on the roads where I live. I don't want to bring the Volvo out there into that cluster and get it all. The salt just gets everywhere, and yeah. So that's why I have the Miata for winter shenanigans. So let's go for a brap. The red dash in this is nice. I like it. Now I heard one chirp from the belt a second ago, and yeah, it made me nervous. So it might blow another belt, but we'll find out. Pocket rocket. Got some air in these tires. So far, so good. I just mooched that Cumbies free air. Nice. But the Miata probably has the correct tire pressures in it for the first time since I've owned it. I'm running 35 in the front and 35 in the front and 40 in the rear for drift purposes. But doing this beast. I've never had a car so small. I love looking out the window and just seeing the little teeny wing right there. It makes me happy. I don't know why, but it's cool. See how close we can get the old Miata to a pull. But it's happy's happy. Nice right there. Screw this pull. Let's go over this pull. That pull's lame. No, this pull looks better. Let's get the hell out of here. Everyone's working, so someone's definitely gonna get wicked upset. I just really wanted to go around that pole. Oh, look at the HIDs. It wasn't me, officer. I'm not a bad kid. I'm just driving my Miata. I'm out. Yo, bitches. It is the next day. I wanted to wrap this yesterday, but I just wasn't sure because I went to go out to slide later in the night and I heard it, like, I fired it up and it was squeaking real bad. But now it seems fine. Like maybe it was just some debris or whatnot in this. It hasn't squeaked since, but I mean, like I said, it's the next day. We'll fire it up and see if it squeaks now. I'm with Cody as well. Cody's challenge today. Well, it's not squeaking now, and obviously it seems fine. So I'm just gonna run it If anyone's ever had this problem, let me know in the comments. If you've had like belts, serpentine belts just blowing off for no reason, and you figured out it was like rubber on your pulley, your crank pulley, let me know. And if you're having pulleys or belts fly off, it could be rubber on your crank pulley. So hey, you never know. But that's the curse of the Miata. I really hope that solved it. And if I lose another serpentine belt, I'm just gonna put an alternator in it. Like, I'm not gonna mess around. But yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.
Why self-life? We got London on the track.